watch this before summoning for the new Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Now, before we even get into this video, I like to always preface this. If this is a character that you've been waiting for a long time, Vegeta is your favorite character, you've been waiting for a new Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta forever because it's been like 20 years since we got our last one, then by all means, go for it. Summon for the character you like. This is a mobile game. Please summon for characters that you actually like and stop being a meta slave. But regardless, this Vegeta looks like he's going to be incredible. I haven't done these type of videos in a while, but I decided to do one right now because first Ultra unit we're getting post anniversary, and I do think he's going to be very meta impactful. So you guys probably would want to know if it's worth summoning or not. Obviously, Ultra banners are disgustingly bad, and I don't think they're going to be following the anniversary format. I think they're going to go back to the OG format, which is the old format. Not to say the anniversary format was anything revolutionary, they just had a sparking unit and then Frieza had a increased rate on step 2 or something. I think it's going to go back to the original Ultra banner. There's not going to be another sparking. It's only ×2 rate on step 2, and there's that. It's a terrible banner, but these characters are always broken, and this Vegeta is no different. We're not going to be going over his kit, but let me just mention some stuff here. He is a red unit here. He is a red offensively oriented unit, and he has a new ability called the switch attack ability. Basically what it does is when you're comboing with one of your allies, you can, I'm assuming, click a button, sort of like an active gauge button, and it will switch into his Vegeta and deal some damage, and then you can continue your combo from there. And this also means that the opponent can't cover change, so it acts like a sort of sniping mechanic, which is really good if you want to snipe out some characters, right? We still need to see how much damage this is going to do. It says it deals major damage to enemies, so hopefully it doesn't do too much because you can still combo into other cards, so hopefully he doesn't do like nuclear damage. But yeah, this guy looks like he's going to be bare minimum a top 3 unit. This is how Ultra units are going to be when they release. They're always going to be the best units in the game, and unfortunately for us, there are no sort of restriction in this guy's kit, meaning you can very easily run this guy alongside the 2 other Ultras. Now, some people will mention that you have to fulfill the Ultra ability, which is of course GT, but come on, let's be real. These characters are entering the field with 300% damage. They're stacking damage with every card they use. Like, an Ultra ability of 30 damage and 30 Q recovery isn't going to be that substantial. Not to mention, when you're building out the triple Ultra team, you're going to be running a Saiyan variant with Frieza on the leader slot. Namegoku's going to get practically the full Ultra ability. Frieza's going to get the full Ultra ability. And Vegeta's going to get probably 4 out of 6. So he's going to, what, do 20% damage or 25%? He's going to do 20% damage at the bare minimum. So missing out on 10% damage and Q recovery, it doesn't matter. So unfortunately, I really wanted to do restriction on this kid, but they didn't, and you're going to be running triple Ultra units. Now, regardless for the fact that there's going to be pretty much hell in PvP with these triple Ultra units, this guy is a red unit, so he's basically like the original Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. He's a red range type unit, so that's pretty cool. So we're going to be mainly looking at 3 tags: Vegeta Clan, Saiyans, and GT. I guess we'll start off with GT. Like, GT, it's going to be needing a lot of help here. You're really not running any of these characters. G4 can work. Now, actually, you know, Super 17, you can run a very good red-red-green setup with Super 17, Omega Shenron, and the new Vegeta. That could work out because Super 17's damage is pretty solid. Or you can run red-red-purple with G4. Or you can run red-red-green with 17 Vegeta and the Tag Force, who are getting their unique equipment. So hopefully that makes the Tag Force really good, and that way you can actually have a pretty decent GT team, really depending on how good this Tag Force are. Other than that, I'm expecting some more buffs for GT, maybe through a Zenkai like for this guy. Maybe even a Zenkai for one of these guys, because they would be really good. So that could work out pretty well. So GT right now isn't looking like it's going to be the craziest, but I think as time goes on and we get more buffs for this team, it's going to be pretty solid, and it's going to be a really good team to run with the Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Of course, if you're a GT man, you probably have to summon because you're not going to be getting buffs that often, so you're better off taking advantage of this. Now, I guess we'll quickly brush up on the Saiyans team. This is going to be probably the best team you're going to run this guy on, simply because of this guy right here, Ultra Namegoku, KO guard for Vegeta, as well as him having endurance, which is pretty insane, and then leader slot Frieza on the leader slot, right? So basically the team you're going to be running is this Namegoku, Frieza on the leader slot. Now, I think Frieza won't be able to get a Zenkai buff, but you could toss in the Zenkai Kaioken Kaioken times 20 Goku, but I don't think he buffs Saiyans. I think he buffs Sun Family. I could be wrong on that. Never mind, I'm tripping. He buffs Saiyans. So you can very easily just run him to Zenkai buff Frieza, and then you can run the yellow Super Saiyan 4 Goku to Zenkai buff Ultra Namegoku, with also fulfilling the Ultra ability for the Namegoku. This is basically the team you would run, right? Ultra Frieza, the new Ultra Vegeta, and Namegoku. And you got a full GT/Saiyan buff, no HP buffer, and no Zenkai buff for Frieza, but come on, he doesn't need it. Zenkai buff for Ultra Namegoku, and then Zenkai buff for Vegeta. So like in this scenario, Namegoku's getting 5 of his 6 Ultra ability. Frieza's leader slot, so he gets a full 1, and then Vegeta gets 4 out of 6. Like, this is a really good setup, and you can clearly see I made a tweet on this. They need to implement stronger restriction on these ultras. You're basically not missing out on anything here. Like I mentioned, the ultra ability, even if you're not getting the full ultra ability, you're really not missing out on much. That's really negligible. It's kind of annoying that they actually gave this guy free reign, even with his Z ability buffing Saiyans. Like, what are they doing? They do not give a fuck about balance at all when it comes to these ultra units. And unfortunately, the players are the ones that are going to pay the price, because this team is practically everything you're going to see in PvP. Other than that, there's not really much else to talk about here. You can run them with Evo, but we're going to talk about Vegeta Clan soon. USV, Namegoku, and then a red. It's not really the greatest synergy, color synergy, but you can run it. MUI Goku maybe. Oh, you forgot to mention that this Vegeta actually does have the combo breaking nullification, like transferring Vegeta Blue, so he's gonna bypass MUI Goku's unique gauge, which is pretty funny. Which begs the question, we might be getting a new counter unique gauge character, who knows? But I mean, other than that, these characters are just kind of yeah, you're pretty much not gonna run them. Saiyans, it's really gonna be Namegoku and Frieza. It's unfortunate. If you have those 2 ultras, you might as well summon for Vegeta and then just wreak havoc in PvP. And then finally, we come over to Vegeta Clan. Now, Vegeta Clan is kind of interesting here because this Vegeta is gonna pair up really well with the Revival Vegeta, the Saiyan Saga Vegeta, who's a very good character as well. So that's gonna be crazy synergy, because most of the time when you run this Vegeta, you kind of run him on a strike-based setup on Saiyan Saga. And so you're not really utilizing the full potential of this guy. So now that we have a Vegeta, a hyper offensive range-based Ultra Vegeta, he is going to pair so well with this guy. He's going to pair so well. And if you want, you can even toss in this Evo Vegeta and you can make it work here. I'm sure you can have some Zenkai buffs that fulfills the requirements here. There isn't really that many. I guess you're going to have to run this guy's Zenkai buffer, which actually wouldn't be too bad for the new Vegeta there. Or like I mentioned, for GT, you can run a green-green-red setup with the Zenkai Tag 4s and the Revival Vegeta. That will work out really well because you have the Revival, you have the Endurance, and you can build these guys blast-based because the Vegeta slide is blast-based. So that could work out pretty well as well. And then other than that, there isn't really other options for Vegeta Clan. Vegeta Clan with this Ultra release is going to be pretty much blast-based. I mean, they were kind of mixed on this because you have MV and then the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta can run together on strike-based, but now it's pretty much exclusively blast-based. We don't know the stat spread for this Vegeta. Maybe it might be a mixed offense to be more flexible in team building, or it could be super blast-based and make it just, you need to run him on a blast-based setup. Another thing to point out, that UMV is just at this point completely he's gone, right? Not only did they drop a red unit, but they also dropped a unit that has the counter nullification. So this guy, we're not seeing him anymore unless he gets a platinum equipment for whatever reason. But that's going to be pretty much for Vegeta Clan. It's going to be, like I said, the Saiyan Saga Vegeta with the new Ultra Vegeta. If you want to run him with Evo, then that could work, unless you run him on a Saiyan Saga build and then like maybe run him alongside Feedku or like Kaioken Goku. Nah, you wouldn't want to run him with Kaioken Goku because it's going to be more blast-based, right? You don't want Kaioken Goku to be built on a blast-based setup there. I mean, I don't think you're going to be running the Blue Duos. They're kind of power-crept at this point. Yeah, other than that, there's not really other option for the Vegeta Clan team. So it really comes down to Saiyans or Vegeta Clan. GT, like I said, could be a good option as well, but I would wait a bit more to see how GT is going to be fleshed out with the buffs incoming. They might not even give buffs to GT. What if this was just a one-off to end off the month, and then next month we have a new campaign? Who knows? But I am expecting them to somehow buff GT because they need the buff. They need the buff. One thing that people are expecting a lot is a Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Goku, potentially even for Legends Festival. So this could be their way of sort of fleshing out the team for Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Goku's release during Legends Festival. I don't think he's going to drop prior. He could drop prior, but I think he's going to be reserved for a celebration to be dropped potentially alongside someone else, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But I do still think with the unique equipment for the Tag 4s, Super 17, and the new Ultra Vegeta, it could be a pretty solid color trio. So I think they can definitely work together. So I mean, that's pretty much it for this video. You already know I'm going to be summoning, of course. Definitely let me know if you're going to be summoning, how much CC you got saved up. At this point, I don't even know if you guys have any CC. They've been dropping non-stop characters after the anniversary. You guys just probably don't have anything. But if you have any CC saved up for this guy, definitely let me know if you're going to be summoning or not, what team you're going to be using them on, all that stuff. Drop in the comment below. You already know I'm excited.